The human fighter stood against 10 alien warriors. She watched in awe. The crimson sun of Kepler 442b cast long shadows across the arena floor as Lisa Morgan adjusted her grip on the plasma blade. Sweat dripped down her face despite the cool, morning air. Around her, 10 Zephyrian warriors formed a perfect circle, their forearms each holding deadly weapons that hummed with energy. Commander Zara Keth watched from the elevated platform above, her silver eyes fixed on the human female below. Never in her 3 centuries of life had she witnessed such determination from any species, let alone the fragile bipeds called humans. The other Zephyrian nobles murmured among themselves, placing bets on how quickly the human would fall. Lisa had volunteered for this trial when the Zephyrian Empire demanded proof of humanity's worth. Earth's first contact with aliens had not gone as the movies predicted. Instead of peaceful negotiations, the Zephyrians viewed humans as weak creatures, unworthy of joining the Galactic Council. They offered one chance: prove human strength in combat against their best warriors. The arena fell silent as the ceremonial horn echoed across the stone walls. The 10 warriors began their advance, moving with fluid grace that came from centuries of training. Each Zephyrian stood 8 feet tall, their chitinous armor gleaming in the alien sunlight. Their movements were synchronized, a deadly dance they had performed countless times. Lisa remembered her training back on Earth. Colonel Martinez had pushed every volunteer to their limits, knowing that failure here meant slavery for the entire human race. She thought of her younger sister Amy back home, probably watching this broadcast with billions of other humans, holding their breath. The first warrior lunged forward with 2 curved blades, aiming for Lisa's chest. She rolled sideways, feeling the heat from the energy weapons singe her uniform. As she came up from the roll, she slashed upward with her plasma blade, catching the warrior across his lower arm. Purple blood sprayed across the arena floor as he stumbled backward. Zara Keth leaned forward in her seat, surprised. Most species would have been dead already. The human moved differently than expected, using her smaller size as an advantage rather than cowering from the larger opponents. 2 more warriors attacked simultaneously from opposite sides. Lisa dropped to one knee and spun in a complete circle, her blade cutting through the air at leg height. Both warriors jumped to avoid the strike, but Lisa was already moving again. She rolled between them and came up behind the slower warrior, driving her blade deep into his back. The crowd of Zephyrian spectators gasped. In over 2,000 years of arena combat, no single opponent had ever killed 2 warriors so quickly. The remaining 8 fighters changed their strategy, spreading out wider to prevent the human from using their positioning against them. Lisa breathing grew heavier as she faced the new formation. Her muscles ached from the high gravity of this world, nearly twice that of Earth. But she pushed through the pain, remembering the faces of everyone counting on her back home. Her best friend Kate, her parents, her nephew Jake, who drew pictures of spaceships and dreamed of meeting friendly aliens. The third wave came as a coordinated assault. 4 warriors attacked while 4 others waited for her to make a mistake. Lisa sprinted toward the arena wall, using it to launch herself higher than any Zephyrian could jump. She came down on top of one warrior, her blade piercing through his skull as they both crashed to the ground. Before she could recover, another warrior grabbed her with all 4 arms, lifting her off the ground. His grip was like steel cables, crushing her ribs. Lisa gasped for air but managed to headbutt him in the face with all her strength. The warrior's grip loosened just enough for her to slip one arm free and stab him in the throat. As she landed, an energy bolt grazed her shoulder, spinning her around. The remaining 6 warriors had formed a tight formation, alternating ranged attacks with melee strikes. Lisa zigzagged across the arena, using the fallen bodies of their comrades as cover. Zara Keth stood up from her seat, her hands pressed against the railing. This human female was displaying combat instincts that rivaled the greatest Zephyrian generals. The way she adapted to each new threat turned disadvantages into opportunities. It was like watching a master strategist at work. Lisa could feel her strength fading. The gravity, the wounds, the exhaustion were taking their toll. But she noticed something about the remaining warriors. They were being more careful now, hesitant. They had watched their brothers fall to this small human, and doubt was creeping into their minds. She decided to use their fear against them. With a wild battle cry that echoed off the arena walls, Lisa charged straight at the center of their formation. The warriors expected her to dodge or roll, but instead she leaped directly at them, her blade extended like a spear. The lead warrior raised his weapons to block, but Lisa twisted in midair, changing direction. She landed on his shoulders and used him as a springboard to leap at the warrior behind him. Her blade found its mark in his chest as they both tumbled to the ground. Now only 5 remained, but Lisa was badly wounded. Blood ran down her left arm where an energy blast had torn through her uniform. Her right leg could barely support her weight from a deep cut across the thigh. Still, she stood and faced her remaining opponents. The warriors looked at each other uncertainly. Their numerical advantage was gone, and this human had proven more dangerous than any opponent they had ever faced. They began to circle her again, but their movements were cautious, fearful. Lisa used their hesitation to catch her breath. She thought about Earth, about the message she was sending to the galaxy. Humans might be smaller, might be weaker individually, but they would never give up. They would fight for every inch, every breath, every chance at freedom. The next attack came from behind. Lisa spun and caught the warrior's blade with her own, the impact sending shockwaves through her injured arm. She gritted her teeth and pushed back, matching his forearm strength with pure human determination. 2 more warriors tried to flank her during the blade lock. Lisa broke the clinch and rolled backward, sweeping her blade in a wide arc that caught one of them across the midsection. As he fell, she grabbed his weapon with her free hand and threw it at the 5th warrior, catching him in the chest. 3 left. The remaining warriors were breathing heavily now, their confidence shattered. They had started this fight expecting an easy victory over a primitive human. Now they faced a warrior who had killed 7 of their brothers and showed no signs of surrender. Zara Keth found herself silently cheering for the human. This display of courage and skill was beyond anything she had imagined possible from the species Earth had sent as their representative. The other nobles were equally stunned, their earlier mockery replaced by respectful silence. Lisa feinted, left and rolled right, coming up behind one of the 3 remaining warriors. Her blade pierced his side, but he managed to grab her with 2 of his arms before falling. As he collapsed, he pulled her down with him. The last 2 warriors saw their chance and moved in for the kill. Lisa struggled to free herself from the dead warrior's grip as energy bolts struck the ground around her. She managed to roll away just as a blade crashed down where her head had been. Getting to her feet, Lisa faced the final 2 opponents. Her vision was blurring from blood loss and exhaustion, but she could see the uncertainty in their eyes. These were elite warriors who had never known defeat, and now they faced the possibility of losing to a single human female. She attacked with everything she had left, her blade moving in patterns her trainers had drilled into her thousands of times. The first warrior fell to a thrust through his primary heart. The second managed to wound her again, his blade cutting deep across her back. But Lisa spun with the impact and brought her weapon around in a final, desperate strike. The arena fell, completely silent as the last Zephyrian warrior collapsed to the stone floor. Lisa stood alone in the center of the arena, surrounded by the bodies of 10 elite alien warriors. Her legs gave out, and she fell to her knees. But she was alive. She had won. Zara Keth stared in absolute amazement. In 3 centuries of life, she had never seen anything like this. The human had not just survived, she had triumphed against impossible odds through sheer willpower and tactical brilliance. The crowd erupted into cheers, something that had never happened for a non-Zephyrian fighter. The alien nobles who had mocked humanity hours earlier were now on their feet, applauding the incredible display they had witnessed. Lisa looked up at the platform where Zara Keth stood. The alien commander's expression had changed completely. Where once there had been dismissal and contempt, now there was respect and something that might have been admiration. Zara Keth activated the arena's communication system, her voice carrying across the stadium and to the billions watching throughout the galaxy. "Today we have witnessed something unprecedented," she announced. her voice filled with genuine awe. This human has proven that her species possesses qualities we failed to recognize: courage beyond measure, tactical intelligence that rivals our finest generals, and a determination that cannot be broken. She paused, looking directly at Lisa, who was still kneeling among her fallen opponents. Humanity has earned its place in the Galactic Council, but more than that, they have earned our respect. Lisa smiled through her pain as she